Today we're going to start Chapter 9. Chapter 9 is all about circles. Since we haven't talked about circles at all yet, today's lesson is going to be a lot of new terminology for us. So first, to define a circle. A circle is defined as the set of points in a plane. So a plane means that the thing is flat at a given distance from a given point in the plane. So a circle has two defining parts. It has a point that is called the center, and it has a distance that is called the radius. And if we take that given distance or segment of the radius and spin it around that center, it will create the circle. So the circle is the set of points that are a given distance from a given point. Center is the point, radius is the distance, or any segment that connects the center to the edge of the circle. A chord is a segment that goes from the circle to the circle. It could go through the center, it doesn't have to go through the center, but both endpoints must lie on the circle. So a chord is any segment whose endpoints are on the circle. A secant is a line, so we learned before that a line goes on forever. So it is a line that contains a chord. So a secant is a line that goes beyond the edge. It could go beyond the edge on both sides, or it could go beyond the edge on just one side, but it's like a chord that just keeps on going. A diameter is a chord that goes through the center. So chord means it goes edge to edge, and it has to go through that center. It could go through at any angle, but it must go edge to edge and go through the center to be a diameter. The length of a diameter is twice the length of a radius. It's like two radiuses right in line with each other. A tangent is a line in the plane of a circle that intersects the circle in exactly one point. So a tangent line is a line that just brushes along a circle so that they share just exactly one point in common. In studying trig, we learned the word tangent. This term tangent is related to the idea of tangent from trigonometry, but the connection is not very obvious, so we're not going to worry about how they're connected, but there is a connection between the tangent of trigonometry and the tangent of a line that brushes along a circle. The point of tangency is the point that the line and the circle share. So that one point they have in common is called the point of tangency. A sphere is a circle in 3 dimensions. It still has a center, it still has a radius, but instead of spinning around on a flat surface and making a flat circle, it's going to spin around all through space and make a 3-dimensional figure, like a basketball. Okay. Congruent has meant in the past for us that they are the same shape and the same size. So for two circles to be congruent, they need to be the same size, which means the radius must be the same length. The radius is what determines the size of a circle, that distance. Concentric, the term concentric means can mean like pro-con, like it could mean a negation, or it can mean with or the same. So concentric means the same center. So concentric circles are, that's not really a good one. Let's undo that. Having trouble getting it just lined up perfect. But they are circles that have the same exact center. So you can picture like a bullseye. Okay, so concentric circles are circles that have the same center. And our final term for today, we're going to take a circle, and inside of that circle, we are going to make a polygon. Polygon just means a non-specific shape. So it could be a triangle, it could be a rectangle, just some shape. And we're going to make that shape so that all of the vertices of that shape are on the circle. There's two ways to describe this picture depending on which part of the picture you place your focus. So we could say that the polygon is inscribed, that means inside of the circle. Or we could say the circle is circumscribed about the polygon. So inscribed means inside, circumscribed means outside. So we could either say the polygon, the shape is inside, so it's inscribed, or the circle is outside, so it's circumscribed. But the vertices need to lie on that circle. So I have a diagram here that we're going to look at and just define some terms. So my first question is, where is a radius in this picture? OT is a radius. And remember, when we name our things, that we need to think about symbols. What kind of thing is a radius? It is a segment, so we need our segment symbol above that. So as you name our specific parts of circles and terms, make sure you're using appropriate symbols. So a radius is a segment because it has two endpoints, so we need our segment symbol above that. So OT is a radius. Are there any other radii in the picture?
Oh, wait, no, never mind.
OR is a radius.
OL.
OL is a radius. OS would be a radius if they were connected. A radius is any segment that goes from the center to the edge of the circle. Okay. And those would all be exactly the same length because a circle is defined as having a single special length for that radius. So all radii in a circle would have the same length. Where is there a tangent in this picture? LH or HL, doesn't matter what order we do our letters. And what kind of thing is a tangent? What symbol do we need there? A line. So we need our line symbol above that. A tangent is a line. So even though in our picture there are not arrows at the end, the definition of tangent says that it's a line. So anytime we talk about a tangent, we need a line symbol above that. What is the difference between RS with a segment symbol and RS with a line symbol?
Lines going for another direction and segments are just a piece of that line.
Okay, so the segment RS would just go from S to R or vice versa, whereas the line would go on forever. So using our terms from today, what is the difference between them? So what kind of a thing is the chord is the segment RS? It's a chord. What about the line RS?
Tangent.
A secant. A secant is a chord that is a line. Yes?
Can you send Jen Rope down to the office?
I can. So a chord is a segment that goes from the edge of the circle to the edge of the circle. Whereas a secant is a chord that keeps on going. So a secant is a line that crosses through the circle at 2 points, as opposed to a tangent, which is a line that touches a circle at just a single point. What do we call point L? Point L there, what's its name? It has a special name. Point of tangency. It is the point that the tangent line and the circle share. It's called the point of tangency. Okay. All right. Your homework is from section 1 of chapter 9.